Stylish Naija YouTube channel. I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers. I appreciate you guys a whole lot. Thank you so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel. If you are new to my channel, this is the first time of you coming across Stylish Naija YouTube channel, please, I would appreciate if you will hit on the subscribe button and then also hit on that bell on the side to get an update. So the bell is just whenever I upload a new video, you would see it. That's the essence of the bell. So if you are interested in registering for my online classes, you could register. So you see my number scrolling through the screen. I normally have them every month. So just chat me up on WhatsApp and then I will tell you what it entails to register for the classes. Today I'm going to be showing you how to cut and sew a trendy A-line flounced skirt. That's what I'm teaching you how to sew. It is really simple and it is easy. So I'm going to be making use of this fabric for the skirt, and then I'll make use of this plain fabric for the flounce. And this skirt, I'm actually making it for a little child of about 6 years old. So you are just going to you follow the same process if you are making it for an adult. So you are going to just follow the same process to achieve this. So the first measurement, so I have my pattern paper here. I'm going to draft, because if I say let me draft it on the fabric, it's not going to show on my fabric. So I'm using about 1 yard of fabric because it is a child. So use for an adult, for this kind of skirt, you will use about 3 yards of fabric. For the flounce you could, for the actual skirt, for somebody of like a size 8, the skirt you would need about 3 yards of fabric, and then the flounce between 2.5 yards of fabric to 3 yards. Okay, let me say 2.5 yards of fabric will do, and then the flounce will be like 1.5 yard or 2 yards if you want it to be full for a size 8 person. So we are just going to continue now. So I'm going to draft, and the A-line skirt is really simple to draft. So I have some basic lines here already. So this first line that I have, you put your applicable measurement. This is my hip line. You know, for adults, your hip line is basically is usually 9 inches, between 9 and 10 inches. And then this is my knee line. So you put the knee line into consideration. Also, you measure from your waist to the knee. And then this is the full length, which is about 26 inches of the skirt. I'm going to start imputing my measurements now. So your waist measurement, this is the waistline. I'm just putting a line here. This is going to be like my startup line, which I'm still going to use as the waistline. You impute your own adult measurement into this, and you divide your measurement into 4. You divide your measurement into 4, and then you add them. And then the hip measurement. And then you add your allowance to it. For an adult, for a skirt, you could add between 2 and 3 inches, or 2 inches allowance is okay. And then the knee length, the circumference, you put your tape around the knee and then you measure. Another way for you to reduce your knee, you could just put your tape on the hip and line measurement, and then you reduce it. What you have here, you reduce it by 2 inches. So that would still fit in for you very well. So I'll connect my lines now. So for this part now, so for the down part, you are going to determine how wide you actually want it to be for the down part. So for an adult, for the A-line and skirt, you could use between 12 and 15 inches. So it depends on how full you actually want it to be on fold. So for this, I'm just going to use at the end the remaining part of my paper, and then I'll do this. I'm just going to fold it like this, and then I'll slant it like this. So it is really simple and easy. So this skirt, this is going to serve as both the back and the front. So I'll place it and then I'll cut out the back. For the back, I'll add the zipper allowance and then I'll bring it back so that I'll cut out the front, that slit on the front part. Okay, so I've cut out the back piece. I'm just going to put it on the side and then we're going to work on the front piece. So for the front piece now, we're going to create that curve where we're going to add our flounce. So for this, the measurement of this actually depends on you. It depends on how wide, how open you want your slit to be. It's not really a slit, it's like a curve. So you are going to determine that with your own measurement. So for this, what I'm going to be making use of, I'm just trying to what literally I'm trying to do is just create like a curve from this down part, that's the hemline of my skirt, and then bring it down to the knee point. So you can determine how high you want it. If you want it to go above the knee, you can decide to take it a little bit up. So it depends on you. So what I'm going to do now, from this point now, I'm going to use about 3 inches. That's from this hemline part. I'm going to use about 3 inches. And then as I come to this top part, so for this top part, I'm going to use about half an inch. I'm going to use about half inch. So this is how much curve I'm going to curve out, and then I'm just random pick them. This part I'll use 1 inch. So here's what I'm trying to do now. So I'm just going to create a curve like this from this point like this. So this is just like basically what I'm trying to do. So I would I'm trying to blend it out properly. So you see what I'm doing. So I just blend it in to the hemline and this down part. So I'll blend it properly now with my curve. So you see what I have. So I'm going to cut it out. Now if you cut it open, if you feel it's not wide enough, you can decide to increase it again. So you see what I have. So if you feel it is not wide enough, you can decide to still increase it. So I think I'm still going to increase a little bit. Okay, so you see what we have at the end of the day. Here is what we are going to have. So this down part now is where we are going to add our flounce. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to cut out the front piece with this now. Okay, so I've cut out the front piece and the back piece. So because of the nature of the fabric, I'm trying to make to do it in such a way so you'll be able to see it properly. So this is the down part, this is the front piece, this is the down part. So you are just going to take it like this, and then you bring it to the edge of the sorry, this is the front piece. I'm sorry, this is the front piece. You're just going to take it and bring it to the edge of the back piece like this, and then you are going to blend them together. You're going to blend them together so it has that curve effect. The curve effect is on the edge, not on the center of the back, on the edge of the back piece. You're just going to blend it. So you blend it with the side. So the next thing we're going to do now is you add your dart. So remember to put your dart. So I'm going to add a dart to this skirt. So what we're going to do now is for us to cut out the flounce. So for the flounce, before you cut out the flounce, you stitch the back and the front together, so you'll be able to measure round, because we're going to stitch it around the down and then climbing up to the slitted part. So you stitch the back and the front. So I'm going to do that now and then come back and cut out the flounce. So for the flounce, I'm not going to be showing you how to cut the flounce because I already have a video of how to cut a flounce on my channel. I'm going to drop the link on the description box. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to explain to you how to take the measurement so you know the amount of flounce that you are going to cut out. Okay guys, so you see I've finished stitching my skirt. So I've joined them together on the side, and then I've added the dart So for the flounce, in order for you to know how much flounce you are going to cut out, you are going to measure, and from this part, that's the top, you are going to measure it around the down part of the skirt back to this point. So I'm just going to show you right now. So for mine, everything around, I have 68 inches. So the flounce that you are going to cut out now, the circumference of the flounce is going to be, that's the whole length of the flounce is going to be 68 inches. So you are going to use your own measurement. If you are making for an adult, you can decide to cut them in piecemeal and then you join them together. So with that, it will be able to go around. If you want to do double layer, you can decide to do that. So I'm going to cut mine out now. Like I said initially, I'm going to drop the link on how to cut, a very simple way of cutting flounce. I'll drop it in the description box, so when you watch it, you'll be able to cut out the flounce. So I'm going to cut mine out now, and then I'll come back and show you how to fix it. So I've cut out my own flounce now. So the next thing you are going to do now, you are going to oh, I forgot to mention earlier, when measuring out the length of your skirt, you are going to put the size of flounce into consideration. You are going to add it. For instance, if your skirt is 30 inches, if your skirt is 35 inches, you are going to cut, if the flounce you want to cut out is 5 inches, you are going to cut out the skirt, it's going to be 30, and then your flounce is going to be 5 inches to help elongate the length of the skirt. Okay guys, so I finished cutting out my flounce, so you could see it here. So I had to join it, so like that's what I was saying, you can join your fabric and then it will be. So there is something I want to explain. So see my zipper allowance, this is the back of my skirt. So this is the zipper allowance line. Because of the nature of the fabric, I'm trying to bring it so close so you'll be able to see. So this is the zipper allowance. So I opened it at the back a little bit because that's where I'm going to bring the flounce to. So here is the center, this is the center, this is the front. So you could see the front, this is the front, and then the curve. So what you are going to do, you are going to take your flounce, you already cut flounce, and then you are going to fold it into two. You fold it into two, and then to get out the center part of your flounce. So this is mine, so I've already notched it. So I notched at the center. So here's what we're going to do now. You're going to take this notch part like this. So this is the front of our skirt, and then this is the front of the skirt. You are going to turn, this is the right side of the flounce. You are going to take the right side of the flounce, and then you are going to take your skirt. So I'm just trying as much because the camouflaging of the fabric is second to none. So this is the line, that's the front and slit line. I'm going to take my flounce like this. This is the right side. I'm going to place it like this. So you are going to start stitching from the center. If you want to do double flounce, if you want it to be double, you can decide to still do it double. You still follow the whole process. You lay them on top of each other. So you take this and then place. I'm trying as much to explain it. And then we're going to start stitching. We're going to stitch it round, and then it's going to end at this back. That's this part. This is the zipper allowance of my back piece. It's going to end here, and the other one is going to end here. So we're going to start stitching now. Just going to sew it along the curve line. Okay, so you see I finished stitching it. So you can see how beautiful our skirt is looking already. Oh yeah, I hope you can see it properly. So you see the back. So what you're going to do now, this was what I was talking about for the back piece. So you see the back, this is where it is joined together. So all I need to do now is just for me to close it up here, I'm just so excited because the skirt looks so beautiful. So you can see the front. So if you want it to be like a two-step, you can do that. So you see how beautiful. So I'm going to raise it up properly for you to see. And let me just adjoin it, and then you'll see the final look. Okay, guys, so you can see the final look of our beautiful A-line flounce skirt. So I'm so happy. You see the back, it came out and beautifully well. So this baby is going to really rock this skirt. So at the end of the day, you're just going to use an overlock seam to lock out the edges of your flounce, and then I'll fix my band. So my skirt is as good as gold. So thank you so much. It's so beautiful. Like I said, if you want to do a double layer, you could do that. All you have to do is just reduce the length of one. You know, this I used 5 inches. This 5 inches will still work for an adult. That's the length of the flounce. So thank you so much. If you have not subscribed, subscribe, and hit on the like button for me to know that you appreciate what I did.